why? No, I ain't gonna say why. When will we come together as this beautiful black race and not be so envious and jealous of each other and work together for the good of all? Because
Go ahead.
I hate to say it, and I hate to say it, but I got to speak the truth because that's what we do.
And Rachel's in the background now.
Okay, we are the most separated race. It is, but yet we are the strongest race. But refuse to come together.
Yeah, man. Somebody said you can't fix stupid. You know, I mean, I don't get it, but hey, what we can get right now is fed mentally. We can get
nuggets.
Fed.
We got a little freeze on, but we coming. We got Coach Ray.
My nephew was trying to call me. They all, everybody knows that I'm on 7 o'clock to 8 o'clock, but they still gonna call anyway. Everybody say what's up to the leadership coach, Rachel Gary. What's up, Rachel?
Hello there, National Black Radio Hall of Fame inductees.
We in the house.
That was a wild topic that I walked in on.
Well, you know, we talk about everything before you come on, but then we get to the business, all right? The business at hand. What's going on with you?
Hey, everything but nothing but everything. Sitting out here having great conversations with great individuals, y'all, today. And I like what Steve was saying that about the division between our group of individuals. And it was intentional. Now we got to intentionally
bring it together.
Get back in line.
We'll do it. We definitely gonna do it. Maggie Cobb says, "I'm so glad to hear that you're speaking truth." That's all we do here on Dope Living TV Live, Maggie. You haven't been on before, but you're missing it, okay? Especially on Thursday. So, shout out to you, Maggie, again for coming through. You're not gonna want to miss these shows, all right? Rachel, let's get to it, man. You know, I got a couple of scenarios for you, but first I want to ask you a question, and I asked Steve the same question. See what you say about it. That's not what is work-life balance realistic for leaders at the highest levels?
Work-life balance does not exist. I think it's a falsehood. It was a falsehood that is meant to keep you trapped in trying to find and search for something. If you work 8 hours a day and you sleep 8 hours a day and you have to travel to and from work, how is there a work-life balance? Because there's still only 24 hours in a day.
Wow.
we're gonna use the actual 24-hour day period. It's impossible for to have a work-life balance. What you can have is a self-work balance. And that means that taking breaks and lunches, taking your time when you're at work to balance yourself, step away from the job, and as leaders, knowing how to set some clear boundaries within yourself, your time, your emailing, and your teams, so you can be able to still have a full cup to serve you.
Okay.
Yeah. And see, Greg, we just said we were just talking about the balance of the time of the day before Coach even came on. And that's just a key component. It's like you say, you can't sleep 8 hours a day. Let's say, like you said, you work 8 hours, put an hour and a half, 2 hours for travel. I mean, it's like, what else is it? Shower, shit, and shave.
Right.
I mean, it's 1,000% true, Steve. But I think that we're sold a myth. You know how I want you guys to get this part. Whenever someone is questioning you and you have to figure out an answer, do you notice that you pause on something you were thinking to come up with an answer?
Yeah. All the time.
That's what happens when these scenarios come our way. When someone says work-life balance, you have whole campaigns out there in the world right now talking about work-life balance when it's impossible to have work-life balance. It's not a possibility. So the biggest thing is that while you're trying to figure out how to have a work-life balance, people that are not having people that are very aware that you have to focus on your goals or focus on your intentions to be able to have success, they're doing just that. Focusing on their intention, focus on their goals so they can have success. While we're over here thinking about all of these random things that I put into the world.
Well put. Here's another one.
I think Greg was sitting here just trying hard so almost. He's trying to get me.
I'm trying to see if you're gonna trip up at any time. All right. So far, you're on a 100% streak right now. You don't trip up, okay? So what's more damaging? A leader who avoids conflict or a leader who creates conflict?
You know what? I'm going to give you guys a scenario. It's really ironic we're talking about this today. So, avoiding conflict or causing conflict. I think both leaders are toxic to an organization. The main thing is they're toxic to themselves, but which is worse, they're both to me are balanced. If you are a person that's causing the conflict, that makes you a bad person in general, not just a bad leader. You're a bad steward of your time and you want to cause controversy. Okay. You're part of the percent that are trying to keep us stuck. So that makes you a bad person in general.
You're detrimental to it.
Exactly. And the other point, if you are a leader who cannot conflict, if you cannot talk about problems or be someone who's a person who resolves problems, that makes you a bad person in leadership, because people are looking up to you to be able to diffuse the unconfused situations and help individuals find success. So that's what people are looking to you for. So, and it's ironic we're talking about this because right now I am doing a restructure of my team because I felt that I didn't talk to a problem. I did not talk to the problem, and the problem festered. So now at this point, I must restructure the business so the business works properly. So both are bad leaders.
Okay, I get that.
What's up, D Starks family?
D Starks. Interesting show they had last night. Okay, shout out to D Starks, always coming up with them different shows. Yeah, man. I'm gonna have to float them your way too. Hey, Rachel, we had a lady on here the other day, Juliet Jeffers. Okay. Amazing. Yeah, that's right. Write it down. Amazing.
She was awesome.
Amazing actress. She's been on everything from Fresh Prince to Martin to she's been on everything. Okay. Commercials. She's done a gang commercial. She does a lot of one-woman shows. I just have to continuously shout out to her because she is an amazing woman. I hooked her up with Karen Turing from the Gary, Indiana Black Film Festival so we can get her movie because she has her directorial debut with the movie Pangal. Okay, I can't pronounce the last one, but she got that. And, I actually, Rachel, I think in my adult life, I've shed some tears, get teared up maybe 3 or 4 times. The first time in my adult life was when my sister came and surprised me. Okay, I literally I cried, right? I cried. I hadn't seen Rachel so long, and to shock me like that, I ain't ashamed to say it. I cried. It was good tears too. Okay, and then it was something else, and I was watching just a clip from her movie, and I teared up. Okay, it was a good visual. So shout out to I gotta shout her out again, Juliet Jeffers. Thank you and she made time to come to the show. She was very busy. Shout out to her and Desiree Benson, Desiree Lee Benson Brockington. Just so you write it down. That's the publicist, her publicist. Shout out to her for bringing her to us. All right. Here's another thing, Rachel. Tell us about a time. Tell us about a time when your leadership advice failed, if it did, and what happened and what did it teach you?
I'll say this. I can't say that I recall a time that my advice failed.
Mm-hmm.
I can say that I can't recall when someone did not take the advice seriously.
Okay.
But no one has ever told me it failed. So if there's mentees out there that I've mentored and advice I provided did not work, let me know. I am not infallible, and I'm always growing and developing. Someone did call me out on something about my show though. So they were like, they were having a conversation. They said, you gotta let me have my win and not the win that you want for me. So that was a moment of reflection to make sure at the end of the day that I allow people to grow on their pace and not grow on the pace that I see in them.
But as a leadership coach, I don't think it's that you're forcing that, but it's what you expect. You know, once you get to talking to people and once you find out about their story, you know what pace they should be at and what to expect from them. So I don't think, and I have to slightly disagree with what you said, because I don't think that you're trying to tell them or do it at your pace. You're giving them a pace that they subscribe to. Go ahead,
well,
Steve.
I want to interrupt you a little bit and kind of disagree with you, because I kind of think this is what Coach was going at, because see, the thing is not the pace, is the advice. Because I'm actually a member of the CEO Mastermind class of the pilot season. My pace didn't go as everyone else's pace went. But as long as you can, hold on to the knowledge and use it. See, it's a thing about a pace and then to stop.
But Steve, what I'm saying is this: once Rachel spoke with you, once Rachel spoke with all of those mentees, she understood, and you correct me and stop me at any time, Rachel. She understood what you wanted, where you were aspiring to get to, and in her mind and in her planning, after speaking with the people, she knows and can expect where you should reach that level. She knows. Am I right, Rachel?
No. Okay. Yeah. You excuse me, Coach. Let me get in, because I'm one of those people. I don't mean to cut you off, Coach, but I'm one of those people.
I appreciate it, because he was one of those people.
Everything you said is correct. But what I feel is you can't dictate their pace, because if you try to speed their pace up to what you expect their pace to be, then they might miss the importance of everything else you just said.
And they're going to miss the opportunities during that chase as well. They're going to miss those opportunities.
I didn't miss an opportunity. My pace was nothing like everybody else.
I agree with both of you. Now, Steve is 1,000% right, because the 10-week mastermind is already on a crunch pace. So what I did was I've put a component that happens before the CEO mastermind, because of the fact of that some people need time to shift their mindsets to be able to do the 10 weeks. So what I've done now is that I offer a 10-week blueprint ahead of time. So you can't even get on the mastermind until you finish your blueprint.
Mm-hmm.
So because I've noticed, I'm one of these people who I learn through the things that are happening. So when things are happening, I make tweaks. I pivot quickly. I don't usually pivot slowly. So when I see things are not working as well, I pivot it. So now the 10-week plan that everyone gets usually in the mastermind, they'll get that before the mastermind. And
okay,
go ahead.
Well, I'm saying, because Steve, you cut me off. I wasn't finished. Okay, even though Rachel knows the pace or where she expects that person to go, she just explained the second part of my conversation that you didn't let me say. Okay, because that doesn't mean that she's going to say, okay, well, you didn't reach this goal. The hell with you. Okay, this is where she expects, and she knows where you can be, but she's going to get you to that place. All right. Now there will be some opportunities missed because you're slower or you're faster. You can even miss opportunities when you're going too fast too. All right,
Absolutely.
but I'm saying at the pace that you went on, Steve, it was great. It was great for you. She may have saw a quicker pace for you. All right, but you weren't ready for that. That's fine. What I'm saying is, as a leader, as a leadership coach, she's not going to force it on you. She's going to give you the expectations, and she's going to keep on going. But she's already examined who you are, what your business is, and this is where that's a great leadership coach. Where you need to be, okay, at these specific times through the training. If you're not there, then she's going to get you to that point. Not when it originally was, but she'll get you to that point. It's going to be a catch-up game, okay? But it's still going to be a successful endeavor. Am I correct, Rachel?
Yes and no.
You can tell me no. I'm good with it.
No, yes and no. I said this. What? As I said, I have to lean more towards where Steve is because of this. Because the pace of 10 weeks and the 10-week plan, some people might need the 10 weeks just to digest there is a plan.
Okay.
So what is that? So that's what made me separate those two things. So to get in the CEO mastermind, you be done with your plan and be at a certain monthly income to be able to get into the CEO mastermind. The CEO mastermind now is where we're elevating your brand, like coming to Dope Living TV, going to Wake Up CEO, going to real life topics, going to other avenues, and not being able to talk well about your business means that that might have you squander an opportunity, because that means you have publicity, you have eyes on your brand, but you're not ready for those eyes. So I noticed that looking at a lot of the CEOs we've been doing the one-on-one, when we're doing the podcast and those endeavors, that they're not completely ready. So that means that, okay, what can we do to get them ready? So there needs to be a precursor to the mastermind before we put them out here in the world.
Okay.
I want them to speak so confidently about their business that they're saying at this point we're at $10,000 a month, $5,000 a month. And this is what we've done for the last 20 weeks to get there. So I want to make sure that we give them an opportunity to digest, ingest, and then be able to then start
regurgitate. You know, but essentially that's just what I said, Rachel. Even though you got the 10 weeks, you're not holding them to the 10 weeks, but that's your expectation. Okay. So if they don't reach that expectation, that don't mean you abandon them. You're mad at them. That means that okay, I got a little bit more work to do. And I'm quite sure as a leader, this is what I do. I'll set that boundary just as you do. But then once I talk to this person and I see that they haven't done it, I set another boundary. And as many boundaries as well, I don't want to call them boundaries, goals, sets, expectations, as many as I can until they get to where they need to be. I'm not going to release them until they are where they need to be, though. You know what I'm saying? I want everybody to be as successful with the knowledge as I have been.
But I want to say this, Greg. This is one thing I've also learned being a leadership coach, is that sometimes you can't want it more for them than they do.
Okay.
Because some people will enter a program, like I'll say in season 1, 10-week mastermind, there were a couple of people in that mastermind who could be soaring right now, but they weren't ready to take on that. Their mindsets hadn't shifted yet, because you have to really believe in you. That's what the mastermind is really all about, believing in you. You have to believe in your ability to do the work and be successful. You have to believe that people have your back. And a lot of people, until you get that belief in yourself, you don't take the next steps.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And some people are running so quick, they're like, okay. And then if it didn't work, they're like, oh, it didn't work, so I'm not going to keep trying.
Mine's short at the end. And I'll tell you this, I look at the last maybe 7 from the 7 week on, and I think that's what mine soared. I mean, it went, it was like boom, 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 and it never stopped, because I never stopped.
There you go. You got to keep moving. Bobby says, man, I'm having trouble with everything today. Leaders have the most enjoyable but difficult task of being out the best in those that they bringing out the best in those that they lead without killing their faith and their vision. And I think that's very important. I love
that statement, Bobby.
Yeah, not killing their vision. You know,
and that was my classmate from the CEO Mastermind season 1.
Yeah.
Rachel, that's the queen of grace. That's what I've been calling her ever since that season. The queen of grace. She was so graceful.
Yeah, but Bobby can get gully too, boy. She can get real gully. But anyway, man, look, Rachel, seems like we only had a couple of minutes this time, okay? Because you were a little late, but that's fine. It's never.
We'll make sure we rewind the part and let him see. Okay.
it is never too late to get fed. Okay, for real. Okay, we got fed those nuggets, and man, it's always a pleasure. Number one, to see my sister from way back, but number two, to get this information. It's always good to discuss, because there's some things that, when I ask the questions, I already have in my mind what the answer should be. But when you come on and explain it, I'll be like, Greg, don't say nothing else, because she just answered it the way it should be. Don't make yourself look stupid. So you can never
look stupid. You can never look stupid when you have a difference of opinion.
No, I could really look stupid. I could be a complete ass. Trust me. All right. When I'm just telling the truth. I'm the hardest critic on myself. Okay. So yeah, I know that I can look real stupid if I say some things after someone who really knows what they're doing. Because look, I still think after 30, 40 years of doing this stuff, I'm still winging it. Okay. So we're gonna definitely have a whatchamacallit, a good time learning every single week on Dope Living TV. So Rachel, please do that exercise. Take your last breath and take the
he said my last breath. First, guys, I want to say that if you guys are in the Chicagoland area, I do have 2 free events this weekend. Workshop 1 is at the Blackstone Library, Structure to Success. You can click the link we dropped for events to go ahead and sign up. Event number 2 on Sunday. Both of these events are at 1:30 p.m. at the Chicago B Library. We're talking about the next level leadership. Guys, you want to get locked into growing and developing your business, these workshops are for you. Summer workshops, best workshops. I learned so much doing both summers. So I wanted to be able to give back in that same vein. So get locked in with me this weekend at 1 or 1. If not 2, get locked in for both events, because both of them, they have 2 different sets of information. So get locked in. That's at www.sayiampossible.com/events. Go ahead and get locked in with me. And on Saturday, if you guys are in the other end of town in Indiana, make sure you guys go ahead and join the event. So it's the marriage event, correct?
I can hear you. Melanin marriage.
The relationship events this weekend, right?
No. It was last weekend.
Guys, I'm gonna say this. I got an email somewhere. I gotta find out what's going on. But guys, so so I said, if you're in the Chicagoland area, make sure that you join one of those 2 events. If not, and you want to know more, go to www.sayiampossible.com and find out when the next event is coming up. All summer, I am doing workshops as well as speaking engagements and different cities. So get locked in. And next time, when we're right here on Dope Living TV with the National Black Radio Hall of Fame inductees themselves, I want y'all to stay focused on being the best version of you, because at the end of the day, there's only one. So be up, out, and moving to the greatness we all know lies within who? You. See you next week. Man. Right here.
Yeah, man. We're going to have some strong wrists by the time all this over, man. We're going to be strong with the wrist. Definitely. And all of those perverts out there that's taking it differently, don't worry. Hey, we ain't talking about that. All right? Y'all can be strong with the wrist another way, but we good.
I wouldn't even go give no joke on like that, and you just had to open the door. I'm gonna leave it alone.
Because we real here at Dope Living TV. We gotta stay real. We gotta keep it 100. Look at her talking. She over there woosah now. Okay, we got to keep it 100. That's what we do. Rachel, we love you. We thank you for everything that you give to this show and to the world. Okay, we appreciate you.
I appreciate you for having me.
Appreciate
it.
On
Monday, we got some more interesting questions and scenarios for the Dope Living TV Relationship Roundtable. You guys got to come with our friends from Melanin in the Marriage. All right, until then, man, this is our weekend. We out for the rest of the weekend.
God is love, love's God.
Oh, I forgot, Steven. Go ahead.
He didn't let me say nothing, y'all.
Go ahead, bro.
Like you said, it's the weekend. Check me out. Melanin in the Marriage Magazine. Men Matter 2, June issue. DM me for epilepsy enlightenment, educate and advocate. Any seizure first aid needed. Connect with me at Epilepsy Enlightenment Facebook Seizure Support Group. And like he said, next week, Monday, Relationship Roundtable. Monday through Thursday, Dope Living TV. 7 Central, 8 Eastern. Be here.
And don't forget to check out my new record coming out real soon. It's called I Thought I Was a Recording Artist Until They Sent Me That $5,000 check and told me to go home. It's a long title, but it's still good, you know.
They gave you a $5,000 check. That's good, though. They gave you a $5,000 check to go home.
Oh, I forgot to. In the parentheses on the record, it says on a Greyhound bus. All right. So anyway, this is Dope Living TV Live.
Say what on the Greyhound bus?
On the Greyhound bus, sis. They did me. All right. But anyway, it's okay.
Because it was everybody's girly.
Casanova. Anyway, yeah, Levert. Dope Living TV Live, y'all. We'll see you guys on Monday, all right? Peace.
Whether in the house or outside, you know that we gon' do it. Make our own decision, turn around and still get through it. When you say the name, you know it's us and what we doing. So turn it on and let the bass get booming. Yeah. Dope Living TV, Dope Living TV, Living TV, Dope Living TV, yeah. We got it all, come and see. Yeah. Dope Living TV, Dope Living TV, oh.